Hey guys, Mauro here. One of the most common problems that I find um, in juniors or adults, and pretty much all the people that I teach, even my personal experience, is when we learn something new, it's kind of difficult to go out there on the court and just think, okay, when you're practicing or when you're playing, if let's say for example you're learning a new return with your backhand, you adjust a little bit um, technique in your backhand, and you're saying, okay, just swing away. It doesn't happen like that. Our mind, our body goes through a series of reactions due to the way we think. It's not easy to adjust or just assume, put yourself in the position like, okay, whatever happens, I'm gonna practice, and if I miss it several times, it's okay, I'm gonna be fine. That process is not easy. And sometimes it's discouraging. It can kind of it can put you down, and it can and if you don't control your head, it can really get you in a position where you can freeze, you can choke, and it can make you completely change your mind about trying something new. You go back to the old technique, old backhand that never worked, but that's how our mind works. Even if what we were using before didn't work, the mind says, I'd rather be comfortable, and not deal with the uncommon. So I just go back to that, knowing that it's gonna get the same results, which is nothing. Okay, so I made a series of points, a series of tips of what happens in our heads, and what you want to do, how to process that resistance that we feel. Most of the times we feel it. Sorry, that's my dog. Most of the times we feel it. I mean, we can feel it in the body, but it's something that definitely the foundation of that fear, the foundation of freezing, of choking, and everything. It's up here. So I have 6 points that I wanted to talk to you about, and let's start. The first one: body becomes the alpha. When we do something that we don't like, and even though it's something that that you are gonna get something good out of it, again, let's go for example of the return, the backhand, the new backhand technique on the return. Observe, even knowing that you're gonna get better, your body fights it. And when you get to the point where you quit doing something because you don't like it, that's when your body became the alpha. That's when your mind stopped being the leader and the body becomes the one that rules. So the body doesn't like it. It doesn't feel good, and it says, I don't like it, even though I know that I should do it. It's like when you know that you got to do homework or something, and you don't do it. You know that you got to do it, and you know the good things about it, but still you don't do it. And when your money and so up here, you know it's good for you, but down here is the body says, I still don't want to do it. That's why we procrastinate. Procrastination is when the body becomes the alpha. So that's something very important that we have to pay attention. When the things that we're doing, you got to do repetition of the stuff that that is good. You got to be able to see in your mind. You can make a list of all the good things that you're going to get out of something, and you got to push yourself. You got to create that willpower to do the things. Otherwise, when you get to the point that you don't do it, it's when your body has become the alpha, and that's something that you really want to pay attention. That's pretty much procrastination. Second one, the body fights everything through stimuli. When the body becomes the alpha, the body's gonna take, the mind is like, okay, come on, I'm gonna change my mind, I'm gonna get better, I'm just gonna go for that backhand. Let's go, come on, swing it. But then your body's gonna start fighting it. The body sees you hit that you hit that backhand, and you probably miss a couple or you shank the shot or something. And the body is going to use anything that the body can use as an external stimuli, is going to use it to go against your desire to improve. So all the things that you hear in your mind, all those little voices, all those negative self language that you have, oh my God, you probably shouldn't do it. You know, you're not entitled. You're not that good. You're not that tall. You're not that good looking. You're not that prepared. You're going to get nervous. You never done that. That's your body fighting it. That's the body using all the stimuli that happens that it can get in the external world to fight it, to fight the mind. See, so that's a battle that you have, you know, you got to wait for it. But again, it's willpower. You gotta have a very clear image of what you want to do, what you want to see on that back and in your head. And you gotta repeat it over and over and over. And you gotta make your body, you gotta work with it. That's the only way to override or to transcend beyond that fear that the alpha body is gonna put on you. The third one, don't evaluate circumstances according to how you feel. We're talking about the uncommon, the unknown, the uncomfortable. Don't evaluate circumstances because, again, your body being the alpha, anything that is uncommon, anything that is new, anything that is uncomfortable is going to fight it and is going to tell you, don't do it. Don't go there. Just stay here. Stay in the couch. Have the ice cream. Turn on the Xbox. Let's play. You know, or let's go to bed and take a nap, couple of hours or something. You know, that's the body fighting it. When the circumstances, when you have to face the circumstances, you gotta accept the fact that you're not gonna be in your comfort zone. You gotta accept the fact that you're gonna face a lot of stuff that is new, but you just gotta move on. But again, the body's gonna fight it. The body's gonna fight it, and it's gonna take anything it can out of the circumstances to send you the wrong signals. A lot of it is verbal. The words in your head. It can be verbal, and when you start seeing those words, those thoughts, it goes from thoughts. It becomes feelings in your body. The thoughts are not good thoughts. The body doesn't like it. You know, the body doesn't feel good. So that's one thing. Again, you gotta, all that stuff, guys. You fix it with a very clear image of what you want and seeing it over and over and over in your head. Everything that's a solution to pretty much. I mean, everything. You just gotta stick to it. But you gotta. That's why I always say you gotta work with visualization, mental imagery. You gotta do yoga and things where your mind is gonna be working. Everything that your body is fighting it because it created a habit of fighting that. How did it create it? Well, because you didn't like it at first. You will see it up here and say, I don't like that. So the body is just ingrained in the body when it becomes the alpha. How do you don't think of undoing that. You just think on the new thing is, I'm going to do this. I'm going to change. I want this, and this is how I want it. And this is how it's going to look. Okay. Next, must live the experience to change the thought and behavior. You gotta live the experience. You gotta live it. You gotta do it to change the thought and the behavior. You gotta live it. You gotta do it. You gotta repeat it over and over in order to change your patterns, the way you think, and the way you feel. The only way, every time we had a thought, we have a chemical reaction in our heads. Nerve cells that fire together, they wire together. So every time we have a negative thought, we have chemical reaction on the circuits, you know, and that creates a whole highway of circuits in our head. The way every time for so many years that we have done that, we have a super highway of negative ideas on our heads. The way we do that, we don't really undo those. We just create new ones. So when you create new ideas in your head, those super highways that we have created, those negative super highways, as we don't pay attention to those, start fading off. Let's say fading away, and the new positive superhighway, powerful, starts creating. So don't think undo it. Just think create a new one. When you create a new one, you keep your distance away from the old superhighway, from the negative one. Then remember, nerve cells that fire together wire together, guys. So that's why it's important what kind of thoughts you're having, what kind of self-language you have with yourself. Okay, to live the new experiences, new experiences require willpower. I said already, it's all about willpower. You got to put yourself out there and do it. There is no magic pill, no magic potion, no super motivational speech. Motivation helps, but that's gone in a few minutes or hours. You got to learn to do your own motivation, looking at the images in your head, what you want. You got to learn to do your own motivation, not external. And new experience, yeah, it's going to take real power. You got to put yourself out there and do it. You have to do it. There is no way around. And the last one is to change, you must think greater than your environment. To change, you have to think greater than the environment. The environment is the ball coming at you and you miss it. And then your alpha body starts sending you all those signals. You got to get over that. You got to think greater than that. You got to go, okay, next one. Come on, go. Let's go back. Here, my backhand. And then go again to that, you know, and you got to try it again over and over. You're thinking greater than the environment. You're thinking greater than the fact that you're probably not making the shot yet. You're not hitting clear with the string. You're probably not looking at the ball well. That ball is probably bouncing too high. You're not getting it. Everything that's going to go against you is part of the environment. You got to think greater than that. You got to stick to it. You got, what you have in your head is have to be more clear, more powerful, greater, better than everything that's going to happen externally. And anything bad that happens externally is an ally to your alpha body. So that's why your alpha body is going to turn that against you. Okay, so you got to put yourself in the position of saying, I know my body is going to give me a hard time, but I'm here. I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm up here. I'm another person, you know, I'm not going to pay attention to that. So you know what to expect. Okay, guys. Well, just want to let you know, these points, I think they're important. I'm going to come up with some other stuff eventually. I hope you like it. I thank you. Thank you very much, guys, for all of you that watch my videos and follow me. I love doing this thing for you guys. And I even learn from the stuff that I talk to you about, and I learn from your comments. I love when you give me comments, because you challenge me many times to find how to find the way to learn something new, and then to find the way to teach you that. I'm thinking more, not really teach you, but like just passing the knowledge that I have. Okay. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. Bye.